Yo, I got a question. When you hear the word domestic violence, what's the first thing come to your mind? Yeah, we're gonna talk about it tonight on the Fammission Podcast. Let's go.
Yo, what's up? This your boy Monty G from the Fammission Podcast. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can get all access to motivated and inspiring videos on this Fammission Friday. Every Friday, let's get to the podcast.
Yo, what's up? This your boy Monty G from the Fammission Podcast, and today we're gonna talk about domestic violence. Hold on, I got my headphones on. I'm gonna see. Let me take this out. Let me see. Can I put this on?
Do y'all hear me out there? Hear me? Let me know if y'all hear me, because I had my headphones in. So tonight we're gonna talk about domestic violence and the things that we overlook in domestic violence. So we're gonna wait for a couple of people to jump in and we're gonna get this party started. Let's go. Let me know where y'all watching from. Town, Facebook, YouTube, state. Drop it in the comments. Let me know who rocking with the Fammission. Let's go. Yeah. And make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe so y'all won't miss another episode. And we're going to open up the lines 407-504-1199. Hit the line. I want to know what's on your mind. Yes, indeed. KKG. So what's the first thing come to your mind when you hear domestic violence? Like when you first heard domestic violence, what was the first thing going to go through your mind when you heard it?
I was pretty young, and so you have to keep that in mind when I say what I want to say. But I pictured like an old drunk man hitting his wife.
Yeah, because you would think domestic violence, that's some old people shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's, you know what I'm saying? Sound like some older people to be doing, yeah, that's crazy. Like, when I first heard domestic violence, I think I was, like, when I understood what it mean, right? I think I was in my teens. And, I heard people like, man, he went to jail for domestic violence. And I used to always say, I never went to jail for domestic violence. That's crazy. So I was like, man, what you out here fighting girls? So yeah, that thing was, I thought domestic violence was guys fighting girls. But I didn't know it can go the other way around. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing.
I don't think that was very common a long time ago. I think it is extremely common now, but it wasn't, when we were growing up.
Yeah, when we was growing up, we didn't hear about the guys calling the police on the females. Nowadays, you have to, or you gonna go to jail.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like the first ones to the phone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
20 in the building.
20 in the building, what up? Low. Shorty low. Dun dun da dun dun da. Yeah. Hey, so when you 20, when you hear domestic violence, what's the first thing come to your head? Yeah. And the line's open, you know what I'm saying? 407-504-1199. Let me make sure this phone on. Make sure the line's open. Yes, indeed, it's open. The hotline is open. Yeah, we're gonna talk about things people overlook in domestic violence. I wrote down a couple of things, and it kind of surprised me. Gaslighting. What's funny saying?
My sisters.
Myself on the real. Yeah. Damn, that's crazy. Yeah. So gaslighting. Did you understand? Do you fully understand what gaslighting is?
I understand what it is.
Because a lot of people use that word.
It's very much overused.
Mm-hmm.
Very much overused.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, they talk about gaslighting. Yeah. So, I thought you were going to finish up with you. I thought you could say something.
Yeah, I was just got Jackie O.
Jackie O, we just talking about you, man. The topic is about.
She said I love the topic.
Oh, no, you love the topic, man. You know, I appreciate y'all. I want y'all to, you know what I'm saying, Willie Hustle, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Y'all need some custom shoes. Get my boy Willie Hustle, I call him.
That her daughter is gaslighting and using her.
Yeah, you know, and it can go that way. It's not always about the
Like
man.
in a romantic relationship.
Yeah, romantic relationship. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. And my glasses. Yeah. All right. You know what I'm saying? Who we got out there? Y'all want to hit the line, man? We talking about. I want y'all to hit the line 47504-1199. Have you ever been in a domestic violence relationship with a partner or a parent or a sibling? You know what I'm saying? Because it can go all kind of ways. Yeah. Yeah.
Stop trying to have self-control. Family, but it's difficult with her attitude, keeping up with the project, not being here.
You're big Mike. What's going on here? Check this out here.
I was in several domestic relationships.
Damn. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, we got some. Man, my eyes be messing with me. I maybe I get this light. I don't know if it's my glasses or the light. But yeah, read some of them on there. I'm gonna check out the people, but
So there's silent treatment. So using silence as punishment or control.
the silent treatment. Now, you know how you be in the crib with your whoever, right? And you can be at work. You probably get the silent treatment at work, right? Just say somebody would be like, it was something right next to you, and they'd rather go out their way and ask someone else for it, and you sitting right next to it, but they don't want to talk to you though. So yeah, that's giving the person a silent treatment. Like, man, you know, somebody ever gave you the silent treatment before?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's domestic. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. He said, "What's wrong with your audio? Y'all can hear me? I don't know. I think.
Oh wow, I'm terrible.
See, I think it's this.
My headphones still on because this was popping up. Y'all hear me now? Hold on. Yeah. My bad, y'all. Y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all hear me, man. My bad. I had my headphones off. Talk to me quick. Don't talk to me slick. Big Mike, you hear me now? I'm good? All right. My bad, y'all. I still had my headphones in. and I threw him to the side thinking y'all can hear me, but y'all can. All right. So, is anybody been in a domestic violence situation? But not even like, matter of fact, what's the first thing come to your mind when you hear domestic violence? You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of us, we hear it's better. Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, a lot of us, we think that it's men getting beat on. So,
It's women getting
or women getting beat on. Not the other way around. But men do be getting beat on. But we said the silent treatment. That was one. What's the other one, KKJ?
constant criticism, belittling or nitpicking until the person feels worthless.
Mmm. Mmm. Belittling and nitpicking. Damn, that's crazy. See, people overlook that. You know what I'm saying? But you belittle, and you know sometimes you'll do it to your kids. You know what I'm saying? What? You happen to you? You see what I'm saying? And it still mess with you today, huh? You see what I'm saying? Like sometimes we don't even know it, but that was domestic violence right there. Like, you know, yeah, that's crazy.
Love their phones more than us.
Yeah, I know you going hard on that one. I know what you mean.
People think it's just men being women, but it's a lot of factors.
Yeah, it ain't about the men. We just, our anger and
Like I said, I got one of those cases in my background, but it wasn't my meanings or my understanding. I was out of my character and never did it again. It's the same woman
okay. That's what's up. Congratulations. You know how to control your anger. You know what I'm saying? When they put your ass in that cell, I'll make your ass walk around a block.
now. That's neglect. That's a form of abuse.
Neglect. I like that. Neglect is a form of abuse. Come on, man. What is this popping up? My program, my music popping up. Oh, did you drop a hotline down there? I want to drop a what you call a phone number for the
Oh, I'll put it in the comments.
yeah, because we got people out there just dealing with stuff, and it's hard to say something. So if y'all need to get in touch with someone, hit that hotline. You know, yeah, yeah. We're gonna see what's another one that we overlook.
The next one is threats to leave, cheat, or harm, keeping someone in fear of abandonment.
Mm, threaten to cheat, leave, or harm,
Harm
or do harm. To keep.
For example, teach myself self-control. That's why my daughter is fighting through in safety. I'm doing nonviolent intervention.
Yeah, but you can't let them just overdo you. You know what I'm saying? You got to put them in their place, man, because they are the kids, and these kids are getting out of hand right now. I see a lot of kids. I see a lot of kids. They can't control their anger. You know what I'm saying? They got some issues too. But you say what was the last one? Some abandonment.
Or harm.
No, you said some abandonment.
Um, keeping someone in fear of abandonment.
That's cold because that's like people that have abandonment issues. You know what I'm saying? You can use that over their head. You know what I'm saying? So we like, man, I was always left alone, so I don't want nobody to leave me, and then you threaten to leave me, or cheat, or do something. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, yeah. Speak with someone today. Yes, indeed. Yeah.
Like none of the above.
None of the above about what?
I don't know, probably about like all the different ones we're talking
Mm.
Jackie said, I don't like to revisit anger.
I'm caught up.
No. You good? You good? All right. Now we was us unmuted. We got a call on the line, and the topic is when you hear domestic violence. What's the first thing pop in your mind?
Well, shoot, man. The first thing pop in people's mind all the time, of course, is men on women violence. You know what I'm saying? Like a boyfriend beating up a girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
That's what people always equate it to. You know what I'm saying? And that's a tough topic, man, because sometimes, man, I don't know. I be middle of the road on a lot of things, but domestic violence is a serious issue.
Mm-hmm.
Because man, it get out of hand. We just had a trial from a domestic violence situation with a friend of ours. You know what I'm saying? Died, got killed. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And somebody's been up here in my room.
I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah, rest in peace, Ashley. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And but the thing is, man, it ain't never that serious, like to even take it there. But I would say, like, on the flip side, though, people always think that it's man on women, but a lot of things be abusive to men too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I heard y'all say like neglect. I heard y'all say the constant nagging.
Mm-hmm.
I heard y'all say like basically, what about disregarding somebody's feelings or somebody's position in the argument, though? You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like, that's kind of abusive. Like, somebody pouring their feelings out to you, and you just be like, I don't want to hear that. I ain't thinking about that. I don't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Make a person be like, damn.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, like, dealing with that, and the thing about mental abuse is you don't feel it, but it build up like stress.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point, you know what I'm saying, like that pressure busting pipes. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times mental abuse lead to the physical abuse. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, oh man, this person put their hands on me, you know what I'm saying? But it'd be like, man, it was like 500 incidents between y'all before anything ever became physical. So, it's like, I ain't taking up for nobody putting their hands on. Some people say, man, you shouldn't put your hands on a woman at all, and all that. But I ain't no perfect nigga, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Everybody done had their situations, but I ain't never been the type of nigga that punch a woman lights out, black her eyes, and all that type of shit. Hell no. You know what I'm saying? I would never do no shit like that because I got sisters, I had a mama, and all that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I might body slam a motherfucker when they get on my damn nerves. Like, shut the hell up. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, shit. Body slam. That's crazy.
I ain't saying that shit right, though. Don't get it twisted. We talking on the world stage.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Though.
You know what I'm saying? People gonna be like, oh my God. Yeah. But I mean, in reality, we all, you know what I'm saying, have our little forms of physical altercations. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And abuse and the altercation, I think, is two different things because abuse is, like, I witnessed abuse growing up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like when a motherfucker just come in the house mad for no apparent reason and beat the whole house. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. That's abusive. You know what I mean? That's physical abuse. But like whooping your kids is not abuse to me. You see what I'm saying? But these day and age, people like, oh, that's abuse. Yeah. So it's a different thing, but.
So the difference between, hi, sorry, I have to get in.
I'm listening. What's up, KKG?
So, hey, so there's a difference, right? So no one should be putting their hands on anyone. right?
Yeah. That's the sentiment,
you
right?
should use your words. And if you can't use your words to convey your point because you're just that angry, then maybe you should go take a walk. You know.
And I agree with that. I do agree with that because the sentiment today is that nobody should be putting their hands on nobody. Period. You know, especially not a man putting his hands on a woman. So I understand that.
Well, I can't even say especially not that because especially in the Black community, we were looking up different statistics and 48% of Black men have been abused by a woman. So I can't say it's a man versus woman thing. I think it's a people versus people thing, and it's still not okay either way.
It is. Go ahead. I'm listening. Go ahead.
But as far as the children thing going, it's not illegal to spank your children and to discipline them. That's not against the law. What is illegal is what we got growing up, them whoopings. Those you can't do that anymore.
Yeah, right? I know, and I'm stuck in my old ways, but yeah, but like for like men, right? You're not gonna find very many men that just step to the table and be like, "My woman abuses me." You know what I'm saying?
Right, but that's a pride issue. That's not that's they don't want to speak up.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's the society thing. It's kind of taboo. Like if a man called the police and was like, "Man, my woman is abusing me," the officer would pull up and be like, "Man, what is you on? You 300 pounds, she 150 pounds." He's like, "Man, this woman abusing me." That's just a societal. It's a societal thing. Like they look down on a man that would call and be like, "Oh, this woman abusing me." But in fact, in reality, you know what I'm saying? It really does happen, and it's not always just physical abuse.
Right. So, but the thing is, and I 100% get it because it is a pride and it is an ego thing, for men. But don't look at it as in like, oh, the police are gonna look at me weird. Look at it as I need to
protect myself,
de-escalate the situation before I react, and then I'm going to be the problem.
And that's the thing. Like that's the major difference when it comes to like men and women. Like a man will go through an abusive situation and hold that in for so long. You know what I mean? He will hold that in and then at some point he'll snap. Yeah. And it'll turn into a physical situation. Right. And then, a woman, as soon as her heartstrings is pulled, a woman gonna tell you, you know what I'm saying? She gets it out, she lets it out, and it may be reoccurring. You know what I'm saying? But it's still abuse. But for a man, that's why stuff be so violent when it do pop up. And I'm not taking up for. That's not what I'm doing. I'm not taking up for nobody on no abuse stuff. That's not what I'm doing. What I'm saying is I'm just pointing out the realities of situations. Like you said, can you use your words? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A lot of guys can't use their words compared to a woman. A woman is vicious with their tongue. They be backbiting and cutting you with them words. Yeah. And a man, you be sitting there looking like your big head butt. That's all you can come up with. You know what I'm saying? And a woman be like, your mama, your grandmama.
I'm not saying I said no one should ever put their hands on anyone, right? But I'm not saying so if a woman hits you, I mean, to me, at that point, she's stepped into the role of a man. So if she hits you, yes, you should hit her back. If that's the only way to stop it from occurring.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. But at the same time, a man still has some restraint.
Right. So not that you should hit her back. I said that wrong. So no one can blame you for hitting her back.
I see what you're saying.
But my point is, back when we grew up, it was, not that it was okay, but it was a little more normalized to smack the hell out of each other, right? Shut up, and boom. That was a little bit more normalized. Right now, they are killing each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's like that instant gratification that we all get with the phones. It's like that instant gratification because they cannot control their emotions. So
I
they're
agree with
running them
that.
over with a
I agree
car,
with
they're
that.
shooting them, they're stabbing them,
Yeah.
I mean, it's getting
Yeah,
out of hand.
it's a different beast out here these days, and people's spirit.
Mm-hmm.
People's spirit is they influenced by the wrong spirits. To be honest, that's a whole nother topic. But you know what I'm saying, the world we live in is, you know what I'm saying, it's tough and rough right now. It's a lot of evil flying around, and people allow them evil influences to affect them, and that's why they end up flying all the way off the handle. You know what I'm saying? And people got no restraint. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, but like far as a domestic violence situation, like, man, like you said, like you said, we should figure out ways to avoid it altogether.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
that was
gonna be my next question. Go
Okay,
ahead.
so so we need to figure it out, but first we need to. I think we need to understand what it even looked
What
like.
it is. Yeah,
what it looked like.
What it is.
So that's why I'm doing this podcast. You know what I'm saying? So I got a couple of questions. I mean, I got a couple things and stuff I want to read off, so we can understand what it even looked like. Because, I'm gonna get back to the podcast, man. But I appreciate you calling, man, because I got a couple more people calling.
Okay.
All right, join me, John.
All right.
This my little nephew, Ray G. I'm gonna answer this call because that's what we talking about.
Hello, this is a free call from...
Baby, this is me, y'all. Answer the phone. An inmate at the Minnesota Department of Corrections, Rush City Correctional Facility. To accept this free call, press 0. To refuse this free call, hang up or press... This call is from a correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording. Thank you for using GTL.
Yo, what's up? This your boy, Money G. What's going on, man? Hey, you you just called in on the Fammission Podcast, and the topic is what's the first thing to come to your mind when you hear domestic violence?
A lot, but anger. Anger. Frustration. You just never know, but that's the first thing that comes to my mind. How somebody was mad during the incident. Abuse, trauma.
Yeah, man. We just chopping up about it, and a lot of times I used to hear it, and I was looking at it as a man abusing a woman, but we overlook the way like the girls how they do the men. You know what I'm saying?
See,
you
know the really it's not the man, it's the women. People really fail to realize it don't even be the man. The man be walking off. It be the women. Because people feel like, I feel like women feel like, because I'm a woman, he shouldn't put his hands on me, but it's okay for me to put my hands on him and not get the same in return. But at the end of the day, that shit ain't cool in both ways. Because then you hit a woman, that's a woman, he should have hit her. Nigga, she just hit me in my shit, black my eye. So what you mean? So, but at the end of the day, it's like the world's so fucked up. So it's like I don't be understanding some shit. George Jefferson.
Yeah.
Man, hold on. I'm on a podcast real quick, Jim. I'll let you. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. So, have you ever been through a domestic dispute?
Oh, for sure. I'll be lying if I said I did. Both ways. I had women putting their hands on me smacking the shit out their ass. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I always felt like, man, if a motherfucker put their hand on me, it was okay to put my hands on them back. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't want nobody putting their hands on you, you shouldn't put your hands on them.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we talking about things that people overlook. What up, Aaron? What up, Henron? What up? Yeah, we talking about things that that we overlook.
A lot of trauma. I feel like a lot of people overlook trauma. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a child, you know what I'm saying? But for me, experiencing things, like, motherfuckers put their hands on me. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, damn, if a motherfucker put their hands on me, I have to put my hands back on them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if I don't, it's like, damn.
So it's
it
really
bring me back into when I was a child when
you
for
couldn't.
example, like my mama boyfriend, you know what I'm saying? He fuck us up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn, I can't let nobody put their hand on me. I don't care who they is. If they put their hand on me, I'm gonna show them how I feel to get,
Yeah.
what it is. But
Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of like when it's learned behavior. You know.
you said what?
I said it's pretty much learned behavior. You know what I'm saying? You learned that.
Right.
You learned that. Hey, man, when I was a kid, I couldn't defend myself. Now I'm older, y'all gonna feel it.
Yeah.
So yeah, man.
That part.
Yeah. So man, I appreciate you calling, man. I got a couple more people calling in, and I'm gonna hit you.
All right,
Well,
go ahead.
hit me back in a
Love you,
minute.
man.
Yeah, love you, bro.
All
All right.
Thank you for using GTL.
All right. So, that was my nephew. You know what I'm saying? He locked down. You know, he just went chilling. So, what is another thing? Oh,
You have your phone.
so, you know, I was sitting back thinking, and you know, I used to always say, you know, I would never went to jail for domestic, and me and my wife, we've been together this many years, and we don't go through domestic issues and this and that. And I was sitting here thinking, like, that's a lie, because, man, I done said something that, you know what I'm saying, I just learned from this stuff. And I'm like, dang, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like,
I done
I mean,
said
just
some...
being 100% transparent, I think there's a lot of things on this list that kind of like what Ray was just speaking to, you know, when you've been through trauma, those things manifest in your life in unrelated areas, right?
Mhm.
So a lot of these things, this emotional gaslighting and emotional abuse, I think has come from both of us. And I think as we grow and our emotional intelligence grows, I think, you know, those things changed. I used to call it fighting fair, right? It's okay to have a good debate and a disagreement. But what's not okay is kind of like Mike was saying, that backbiting, that tongue lashing, like that, all that slick talk, and all of that, that's not okay. But, you know, use your words and say, you know, I don't like the way that makes me feel, or I don't like it when you do this, or say this, or whatever it is, you know.
Yeah.
And I think that's where the real growth comes in at.
Yeah, and like Mike said, like some people don't know how to use their words. Like a lot of people didn't know how to use their words to express themselves.
It comes with the maturity of emotional intelligence, right?
Yeah.
Which we both know neither one of us had.
Right. I want positive energy only around me. Yeah. Yeah.
So she said narcissistic behavior should be identified and stop entertaining them folks. But Jackie, this is the thing. So every single person on this planet has narcissistic behaviors. That doesn't mean you're a narcissist. That means you exhibit characteristics of that. Every person. I've never met a person that doesn't have them. So, you know, if you're not going to entertain people with narcissistic behavior, then you're not going to be entertaining people at all.
Yeah, on the real.
But it's also okay to speak up and say, hey, I don't like that.
Yeah.
And then if it continues, then you want to get from around those people.
Have to. All right.
All
Let me
right. So
see.
then I have a question that I want to ask, but I want to be able to get through this first.
All right, let's go ahead.
Okay. So the next one is isolation, cutting them off from family, friends, or community support. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So what that looks like and what that reminds me of is you have ladies, you have a new man in your life, and he talks about all your friends. Like, such and such is this, and such is this. So now you feel weird talking to them around him, or talking to him about them. And so it makes you kind of distance yourself from those people.
Because now you're torn between them and him.
And then the family part was, we have a tendency to overshare our personal life with our family. And so what happens is you have a disagreement, and now you've run and told your mom, sister, uncle, whoever about all of this stuff that this person did, and then in 24 hours you've done forgave this person, but now your family did not.
Oh man, you hear me? Yeah. All right, what's the next one?
Financial abuse.
Financial abuse.
Controlling all the money, refusing to share financial access. So, this reminds me of, like, not saying it doesn't happen now, because it does, but it reminds me of, like, in, like, the 50s, right? So, back then, a lot of men controlled the economy.
Right.
Okay. So, women weren't allowed to do a lot of things without the company of a man. Like, a woman could not walk into a car dealership and buy a car unless she had a man with her. And so I feel like that's kind of that's what comes to my mind whenever.
When you hear that.
Yeah, when I hear that. Yep. Diddy got 50 months.
Diddy got 50 months.
Whatever.
Whoop-de-doo.
Yes. Sabotaging employment, making them quit jobs or show up late so they get fired. So, I mean, yes, that is part. But then the other part of it is sometimes that the abusive person loses their job because they can't go to work because they have to babysit the other person. So that works both ways.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I feel like I wish I was in the old days. Yeah, be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, be careful. You know what I'm saying? You mess around and run into a pimp.
So let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. There was stealing or misusing credit. Opening accounts in their name.
So what's the? I mean, I guess because that'll start a fight. Yeah, financial is.
Financial exploitation. Yes.
Yeah.
So then forcing financial dependence, not allowing them to learn money skills or build savings. The next one is public humiliation, embarrassing them in front of others. Using kids as a weapon.
Oh man.
That's a big one.
Yeah. You ain't got this. You ain't gonna be able to see your son or your daughter. You ain't gonna see me. You ain't gonna see us no more. You wanna? Yeah. That's crazy. No, make sure y'all share this video, share this live. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe.
Or even telling things to the child. They call it parental alienation. Right? So your dad ain't shit.
Yeah,
like
you poison the kid's brain. What's she saying? I'm going to check out.
Checking out. All right, Jackie O.
All right, Jackie O. Love you. Be cool.
Let's see, spreading lies, rumors, and damaging reputation on purpose.
See, there's a lot of stuff that goes over people's head.
Withholding affection, refusing love or intimacy as a form of control.
You know, I've been sending a lot of videos like that where guys been like, damn, bro, I ain't had no ass in a month. What's up, you cool? I'm like, damn, a month? I'm like, y'all crazy. Like, yeah, she just don't like you, bro. I don't know.
I won't say that. I will say you need to do some self-reflection. You need to do some self-reflection. Because why? You need to see how you contribute to that problem.
Yeah, a month? Yeah, that's crazy. Tripping.
All right. The next one is digital and tech abuse. So,
what's that about?
one example is tracking devices, secretly using a GPS on a phone or car.
Oh, so y'all putting them tracking devices on your girl car, huh? And on your guy car, huh? Yeah. Well, they don't got to do that now. They got the what's that on your phone, on your iPhone? Find my phone.
Find my friends.
Find my friends, your location.
So I think, okay, this is gonna be my, and it may not be what everybody thinks, but this is how I feel. So we have each other's location. We have the entire family's location.
Yeah, because we are a family.
Am I going to sit there and watch? Oh, he just turned right on Smith Street. Like, no, like, who has time for that? But
now,
if you get into, like, you have a flat tire and you're in an area you're not super familiar with, I can look and be like, oh, okay, I know where you're at. Here I come.
But see, we got it because we're a family, right? Now, if you started with girlfriend and boyfriend, you know what I'm saying? You just started talking to me 2 weeks ago,
I think
and
that's
now,
crazy.
Now I want your location.
Right. I think that is insane.
You see what I'm saying?
There's no reason in the world, if you are not a married couple and you're not doing it for safety.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so remember we talked about not that long ago on a podcast when a young man has a girl over and they have to drive home. You know, do you let your child drive them home and then come back home alone late at night?
Yeah.
You know, yeah. So in that situation, let's turn on a track, like, share your location with me so I know where you're at and I know that you made it home safely.
Right, but then
temporarily.
But then they said, why you just don't call like a cab or Uber to make sure she get home safely? Because who gonna
But
make sure she get home safely? Who gonna make sure you get home safely?
Right, but Uber and cabs isn't always safe either. You're getting in a car with a stranger.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say that.
Yeah. I mean, but they all connected with the, you know what I'm saying, with the cab company or whatever. Like, it's some kind of tracking going on.
Right, but I mean, okay, so I know that it happens a lot here, you know, with people who do not have the proper, like, protocol for
pills. Get me right.
To become a certified driver through Uber or whoever. They will have somebody else using their account. So now we don't know. Maybe they're not certified because they're a sex offender. You don't know.
Now, well, I'm glad I don't get any Ubers and cabs. That's scary.
All right, the next one is demanding passwords, monitoring social media and messages.
Right, yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying?
We've done that before.
What?
That.
What?
Monitoring social media and messages and stuff. We've both done that.
Monitoring?
A long time ago. Yes. Monitor. Like, go through your messages.
You went through my messages?
A long time ago.
I ain't never went through your message.
Yes, you did.
I went through your message on accident, and I never do it again.
So, what I'm saying though, we're both guilty of doing
Yeah,
that.
yeah, but you know,
A long time ago, but it definitely happened.
Yeah, that's
For
that's.
sure.
My grandmother said, "Hey, if you looking, you're gonna find it.
You're gonna find something you don't like.
Yeah, you gonna definitely. Yeah, if I look at your phone right now, you look at my phone right now, we're gonna both find something we don't like, because it's not our phone. It makes sense. You know what I'm saying? It can be food. I'm like, do you like this video? It can be anything. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, shit, we is totally different people.
Mm-hmm. All right, harassment through texts and calls, blowing up their phone nonstop. Holy.
What that remind you of? Go ahead and say it.
So remember back in the day when we didn't have cell phones and we had pagers?
Yeah.
And a person would call your pager back to back to back to back, like 911, 911, 911, 911. Yes, that's what I started laughing for, because that was funny.
Yeah. Then they start spelling out shit in their phone. Let's see.
187.
403.
304.
304. Yeah, that was crazy.
Posting private photos or info online, shaming or revenge porn. That's a thing.
That's whack.
Super whack.
No.
Super whack. Alright. Physical abuse that's not always recognized. Blocking exits. Trapping someone in a room. Driving recklessly on purpose. Scaring them while in the car. Destroying property. Punching walls. Breaking things as intimidation.
Yeah, I can see that.
Withholding medical care. Stopping them from seeing doctors or taking medicine.
That's whack. Yeah, see, we overlook those type of things.
So the next part is spiritual and cultural abuse. So the first one, twisting scripture, using religion to demand obedience.
We got a lot of them. We got a lot of people out here twisting the Bible up and twisting the words up because other people don't read the Bible, and but they talk about that in the Bible, like, you gotta be careful for these people because they use my words against you. So, yeah.
Cultural shaming, putting someone down for their heritage, language, or traditions. Like green bean casserole.
Yeah. Or that birthday song they did for that little boy.
So that happened in Florida, FYI. I have more information about that, but that's a whole different situation. Okay. Forbidding religious practice, blocking them from worship or prayer.
What was the question you wanted to ask me?
Oh, okay. So it's not just you that I want to ask. Miss Audra's here.
Audra, what's going on, family? Happy Friday, family. Yeah, I almost said Fammission Friday. So that's what it is, baby.
My question is to men in general, right? If you are in a heated argument with your partner, your girlfriend, your wife, some girl you're talking to, your baby mom, it don't matter, right? And it's heated, and you feel yourself about to blow your top. Right? You know that feeling. I mean, it's different for everybody, but you know what I'm talking about, right? Okay. How, as a female, do we de-escalate that situation to, and this goes both ways, and I'll definitely answer on that behalf, but how do we de-escalate that situation, because other than cowering down and being scared and all of those things that abused women typically do, how do you de-escalate the situation without compromising who you are?
So you saying I'm up here with it.
Yes.
I'm ready to snap.
Yes.
And you want to defuse the
Yes.
situation.
Yes.
How do you do it as a woman?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if I'm already up here, if I could say be quiet, but I probably snap because you being quiet.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
There are women that are really in this situation, and they don't. It's like if they speak up, it's bad, but if they be quiet, it's bad. So it's like they're really giving into the situation because they fear the abuse. Whatever that is. It may not even be physical.
Well, you know what? Well, a girl could say this. You know, and she know that it's finna go down. You know what I'm saying? She can say, listen, I'm not trying to, I don't want to take it no farther than what it is right now. Can we sit down and talk about this? Because I don't want you being mad. I don't want to get mad. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because I see that it's finna be a problem. Mm-hmm. I don't want to walk out. I don't want you to walk out. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. I don't want you to hit me and I don't want to hit you. You know, before it get to, but that's the only thing, I don't know. But whenever you up there, people ain't trying to hear that. So, yeah. So, for the people that just got in, we talking about domestic violence and the things that we overlook in domestic violence, right? But right now, Christy asking, KKG asking, how can a woman diffuse the problem, you know, when they're heated in an argument, a heated moment? You know, I really don't know. So what would you say?
I mean, I guess this is my opinion, so I can't speak for every woman. But if I am just right here and I'm ready to explode, I feel like that's the time that the walk should happen. Like, let's cool off for a moment.
But I'm saying,
but
we're gonna walk. You gonna walk together or you gonna walk alone?
No. When I say walk away, when I say walk, I mean walk away. Separate yourself from that situation temporarily to bring it back down to like a normal level. But the thing is this. One, a lot of times
I'm gonna say
that makes the person matter.
Yeah, where you think you're going?
And two, 9 times out of 10, if you do separate successfully to cool off, the whole time you're cooling off, you're not focusing on bringing yourself down. You're focusing on what am I gonna say next, and you're getting madder.
What you thinking about? What are you gonna say next to cut deep?
Probably.
You see what I'm saying?
Probably. So because it's like, you know, when you're arguing with any person, when you walk away, you always think of the best thing you should have said.
Okay, I got one for you, Ann. If we just start dating, right? We don't know each other, obviously. And I say, look, if we ever get in an argument in the heat of the moment where I feel like, or we feel like somebody finna, you know what I'm saying, take it there, we need to have a safe word.
Yeah.
We need to have a safe word so we understand that we need to take a break.
So that comes with emotional intelligence, right?
Emotional intelligence.
But you don't have that when you're a young person, generally. I don't want to say anybody, but generally when you're a young person, you don't have that. And so you don't even have the wherewithal to say, like, this is a possibility at some point in our relationship.
Yeah, because you think it'll never happen.
It's always going to be great.
It's butterfly and roses. We ain't going to never argue or disagree. Yeah. And I disagree. Yeah. So, no point intended.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so I have some more things to talk about too.
Okay, go ahead.
So, they're just kind of on that same line of like lesser known issues that come from an intimate partner violence or domestic violence or whatever you want to call it, right? So the impact on the children. So no one really talks too much about that. So one of the things is young boys or young men who witness domestic violence are twice as likely to abuse their own partners and children as adults.
Okay.
So that kind of goes back to what Ray was saying, right? What happens as trauma as a child does influence you as an adult.
Yeah. It's because the trauma you went through as a kid, don't think that you got over it because you're an adult. Now it's hitting really harder. It's going to hit even harder.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
and the statistic on that was about 1 in 15 children in the United States are exposed to some form of domestic violence every year.
Yeah, we got to get that right, y'all. That's one thing I can say, that our kids never seen us fight. And I don't think did we ever fight before?
Not physically.
Yeah,
just
we don't do it.
arguing.
Yeah. And I was kind of saying that because I'm like, I guess I can say I was in a domestic relationship. How about you?
Yeah, for sure.
And I think that we agreed that we didn't want that, and that's why we've been together for so long, and we ain't had no problems because we've been through it, and we agree. We both agree that ain't what we want. Yeah.
Yeah, we just triggered him.
Oh, snap. See. Yo, you on the Fammission Podcast?
Dude.
Yes, indeed.
Man, y'all hitting on some good points. Keep them coming. Keep them coming.
Man, I appreciate you, man. Yeah, so I think we triggered you. You got something else you want to talk about?
Man, nah, when you said the kids, that did trigger me. I ain't gonna lie, because I do believe that, like, you know what I'm saying, when a kid witness that type of stuff, then it kind of becomes their normal. You know what I'm saying? And then when they grow up, like I said, man, I ain't no perfect one. You know what I'm saying? I might slam them over, but to the next person, they'd be like, damn, you a slam somebody? You see what I'm saying? But to me, that's damn near normal because of what I seen. Like, well, shit, at least I ain't giving you a black eye.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
It's kind of crazy. We
trying to downplay it.
Yeah, and I witnessed that stuff, you know what I'm saying, as a kid growing up. And, try not to, put my kids through that same type of stuff. But yeah, like, even the arguing and the disregarding the person's opinion, and all that affects kids too, because, from a man's standpoint, when a woman does that, the kids start reflecting how the woman is acting towards the man. You know what I mean? And a lot of times people don't even consider that abuse. But think about it. Your actions is going to make my kids start acting that way towards me. You know what I mean?
And towards you and they next partner.
And they partner.
Yeah, but they going to think it's normal.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, that's true though. Like the kids, man, that's the biggest thing. Like you said, if we can't figure out any way to get up out of these domestic situations, man, at the very least, man, think about the kids, man, and try not to put that on them, man, because even if they don't see it, they know it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of times, what I'm saying. So I ain't gonna go in too deep. I just wanted to say that.
All right, well, shit, we got a couple more, and you know what I'm saying, you can stay online, and we got a couple more, and maybe y'all can y'all learn something.
Yeah,
You know
for
what I'm
sure.
saying? Maybe y'all
I'm
learn
out.
something.
Do you hear me, world?
Yes, sir. Peace. Mm-hmm.
So
Who was
what-
that just said hello? Who was that?
That was Miss Terry, the pickle lady.
Hey, we got pickles on deck. I got a pickle. I got a pickle. I got a pickle. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, I ain't gonna even lie. Them joints fire. I'm gonna have to put another order in. You know what I'm saying? Try some different ones.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I still got about 2 more though. I've been holding on to them. I ain't gonna even
You
lie.
got 2 pieces of pickle in that jar.
Yeah.
Stop it.
I've been waiting and I ain't ate them yet. I've been holding on to them like a prize. You know what I'm saying? Alright, what's
okay.
another?
So something he just said kind of brought something else into my brain for a second. So he says that if you have children, you should try to, limit their exposure to it because they still know that it's happening, right? So remember when you went to AA, and you were shocked about the woman who left when her kids went to college, right? So that's why you should never stay with someone because you have children, right? Because your kids look to you for how a healthy relationship is supposed to be. So daughters look at dads and how they treat their mother as the example of how they should be treated. Even if they don't agree with it. And so your kids, and this goes for men too. I don't want to just put it on women. It just psychologically, I think of women when I think of this subject, but it can be the same for dads too. So your kids would rather see you single and happy than in a relationship and miserable.
Yeah, on the real.
Because
Shit,
then
thanks
all
for
you're
the
doing is teaching them to stay
Oh,
somewhere.
yeah, thanks
that
for
they're
y'all
not happy.
support. You already know. If y'all like pickles, y'all get in touch with her. Man, she got all the pickles, all flavors. And when you taste them, you're going to go back to childhood. You know what I'm saying? And AG, stand up, because that's where she
Here,
at.
I'll give her a little plug. I got her Cash App on there, everything.
Yes, indeed.
There you go.
Go ahead. Y'all get them spicy, them hot and spicy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, all her information is at the bottom of the screen. You know what I'm saying? If y'all like pickles, man, get up with my homegirl. She definitely got them on deck. She doing her thing.
All right. So the next one that doesn't get talked about often is older adult abuse. So, and Jackie kind of touched on this. I think she's gone now, but Jackie kind of touched on this earlier. So that's something that often doesn't get reported at all. So
what do you mean by that?
So elderly people,
Yep.
right? They're abused by their children. And that's financial, physical,
Medicine,
mental,
yeah.
all that.
Yeah.
But then they're also abused by nursing home workers, hospital workers. So that's why it's so important if you have an elderly relative to make sure that they're being cared for properly. Because 9 out of 10 times, the people they choose the most vulnerable people to go after. So the people who aren't going to remember, or the people who have dementia, that there'll be, a family member would be like, oh, they're just crazy talking, but the whole time they got like a broken rib.
Yeah, that is true.
So
That is true. Yeah, that remind me of this lady. She went to the I guess her old folks home to go check on her dad, and he obviously he was old. He had a diaper on, and he was hanging out halfway out the bed, and he shut down. The nurses ain't check on him, man. You can, know what I'm saying? Like, man, give him what's wrong, man. Check on my daddy.
They hitting them. They leaving them in dirty bedclothes and dirty,
that's whack, man. Don't put me in no place
days.
like that.
No,
That's
you
whack.
can't. You have to take care of your elders.
Yeah, you gotta take care of your parents, man.
Not just your parents. Because you know what? There's some people that didn't have kids, or there's some people that their kids are deceased, or they, whatever the case is, you have to take care of your elder relatives and the elders around you.
Yeah, treat people with kindness and like decency. Like, that's the first thing I see them videos in my head with these people fighting them old people and just treating them bad. That's bad. Hey, what's the statistics on domestic violence? How do it end? I remember you was telling me about that.
That's crazy because I was getting ready. That's my very next one.
Okay.
So the risk of violence and death increases during the period immediately after the abused person leaves. The immediate they decide and take a step to leave. That's when the violence increases and the
So when a person be like, you know what, it's over, man, I'm finna leave, that's when it turns up?
That, or they leave, they get out, they sneak out, whatever the case is, they get out and they come and find them.
I feel what you're saying now.
Like, it's like the statistic is like 60% higher risk of death in the immediate time period after leaving.
Do you know somebody that died from domestic violence and it ended with death?
Yes.
Yeah, I know a couple of them too.
I mean, it's happening.
That's crazy.
That's exactly it. When the abuser feels like they are losing control.
Yep. Yeah, because it's all about control.
Yep.
So they feel you losing control, they're gonna snap.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
So, the first one that came to my mind happened when I was young. So it was somebody that I went to high school with.
Yeah.
Right. So, and it was while I was in high school. So I was young. But now, I don't have the statistic on this, but I, just from what I'm reading, death from both women and men from domestic violence, I feel like I hear a different deranged story every day. And so I know it's happening more frequently, but I mean just deranged and outright just crazy. I have friends that have lost children to domestic violence. I have people that I used to be friends with have died from domestic violence. Absolutely. It's. I feel like that's the next epidemic.
I think the first one that I witnessed with me and my friend, we was coming home from school, and this is the first time I walked home from school. I went another way because I was walking with him and his sisters, and we got to his house, and his mom was laying on the step dead, and his father killed his mom. And I remember going home thinking, what the hell was that all about? And I was thinking, where they finna go? Because the dad was gone, the mom was dead and gone. So, like, they finna go in the house from school. And I was a kid, so I had to leave. And I left them on the porch. Like, I didn't know how to react to that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and neither do they.
Yeah.
And that's the crazy part.
Yeah, so, and I ain't heard from him ever since. And, yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that was the first time I heard, I witnessed that.
So Audra brought up a good point. She said it's often the root of domestic violence is mental illness. Yes. So that's kind of what we talked about earlier too, right? So trauma, childhood trauma, some kind of trauma in your past causes these reactions. And yes, it definitely roots itself right in the middle of mental illness.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Okay, so the next one, traumatic brain injuries. Women experience traumatic brain injuries from domestic violence at 85 times the rate of Iraq and Afghanistan veterans.
Damn.
85 times.
So females being in a domestic relationship, it's like going to war.
Worse.
It's worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they got because you ain't got no gun to protect yourself. You always own defense, and you always, you own 10. Like, that's a war. That's a battle in your head, mentally and physically. Because in your head, you try not to, you dancing around words. You ain't trying to trigger this person. So you always on 10, and then you don't want to get hit. You don't want to get, that's sad, Yeah, that's damn. As you put it like that, that's crazy.
Yeah, she said with someone who's supposed to love you. All right, so now the next one I have is a little bit more shocking, right? 1 in 3 teenagers experiences relationship abuse. 1 in 3.
Abuse? Yeah, but I mean, we just talked about this. These kids be, as soon as I talk to you for 2 days, I need your passwords. I need your location. Yeah,
This is
the
physical
trust.
abuse, though.
Oh, physical?
Physical abuse.
Oh, snap.
Yes.
I mean, okay.
1
So
in
watch
3.
this. When you was young and you started dating, have someone ever put their hands on you, smacked you or anything?
Not as a teenager, no.
I ain't talking as a teenager.
Yeah, as a young adult. Yes.
Okay, so then, did you know what to do after that?
No.
You see what I'm saying?
No.
So as a kid, somebody smacked you as a kid, and your parents had never smacked you or nothing. You don't know what to do. You're like, damn, that's what. Like, that's a shock. Like, I don't want it to happen again, so I better tighten up. Like, that's a beginning of control.
So, but the thing is, though.
Yeah, that's crazy.
2 things there, right? The first thing is, why, as a teenager, do you feel like you have to control that person so much that you have to physically hurt them?
It could be the rap music.
Second is,
No.
the people, I didn't know what to do. I was caught off guard. I was shocked. But I did know one thing. All right, the fuck out of here. Because this is not for me.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. And I'm not saying that it's that easy for everybody, but I'm saying as a young person, I knew that was absolutely wrong.
That was wrong.
Even though I didn't know how to react and I was confused, I knew that this is what I don't want that life for me.
But what I'm saying is, when I say learn behavior, right? It's a lot of things that I learned and I had to unlearn, right? So, like she say, somebody that's supposed to love you, right? And you say, somebody hit me and I knew that was wrong, so I got up out of there. Now, me and my boy Big Miz, we talked about this before, right? And I talked about all the time. I say, I can't believe that kids will be in a gang and the gang members will violate them, hit them in their mouth, shake their hands, and say, I love you. But that's the only place that people do that at, let's say in what you call. But that was bogus. They was doing us like that. You know what I'm saying? Well, not us, not me, But I seen people get done like that, you know what I'm saying? And I couldn't fathom understand it. I said, no, ain't nobody finna be hitting my mouth, man. Somebody it's gonna be some furniture moving right here, right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm not playing that. And I'm not finna shake your hand saying I love you, bro. That's because my mama don't hit me in the mouth until she love me. You know what I'm saying? I probably got my ass tore up one time. She said, you know what I'm saying, what they always say, it hurt me more than it hurt you. You know what I'm saying? I still want my lick back for that. You know what I'm saying? But no, but then my mama, so I'm gonna let it ride. But ain't nobody on the street just gonna hit me and tell me that that's how they show love. And you know, and I have to be honest. Like you say, I got to be transparent with the people, man. So I remember when I was young, and I didn't know how to control my anger, and you know, I used to wild out, but I knew it was wrong. And I used to put my hands on the female, and I knew it was wrong, but I was so angry and I was so mad, and I was so young, and matter of fact, yeah, shit, that's how I met you.
That's not how you met.
No, I'm saying though, I met you on some. I don't want to be in no shit like this. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? And you was like, yeah, I don't like that shit either. And we agreed that we won't do no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you was around when that shit was going on, like, and that was the end of it. But before I was younger than that, I was, I was wild. But I thought that was normal. You know, I used to see my sister getting her ass whooped by a boyfriend, and you know what I'm saying, she was going back to him. You know what I'm saying? I see her with another boyfriend, beat her ass, and she was going back to him. So I'm thinking, shit, yeah. I'm gonna beat your ass, and you gonna come back to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking that's what it's supposed to be, but I ain't know.
You said, but that's what we did, especially during my life.
Yeah, giving punkin' heads. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Head this damn big, and you still hanging around with these niggas. That's crazy. Damn near kills you, bro. And then why y'all ain't never get oppositions of punkin' head? Only folks get the punkin' heads. Y'all crazy. I ain't going.
All right, here's some more. These are kind of just different things.
Yeah,
statistics.
Just trying to learn y'all something.
All right. So 1 in 3 women and 1 in 10 men experience some form of physical violence by a partner in their lifetime.
Yeah, physical, you say?
Yes.
Let me see. Did I ever get physically abused by a woman? Yeah. But you know, as a man, you know, when the girl's hitting you, and you're like, get your ass off me. Get your ass back. You know what I'm saying? But she kicked it off, though, for me to even act like that. So, yeah, I can say, I can't remember, but I can remember me saying, chill out before I beat you. Chill out. So, yeah, she must have been doing something wrong. So, yeah, you're right.
Annually, domestic violence causes over 1,500 deaths and 2 million injuries in the U.S.
Ooh, wait a minute. Hold on. What'd you say?
Every year, domestic violence causes over 1,500 deaths and 2 million injuries in the U.S.
Damn.
He said they get higher than that in the black community. So, yes, I did have those statistics as well, but give me just a second. We'll get there. All right.
Damn.
So, okay, I have a question for everyone.
Question.
Which state in the United States do you think has the highest rate of domestic violence?
Ooh, which state? Ooh.
I agree. I think they're kind of low too. This was for 2024, so I can't say, but
I say California.
Okay, that makes sense since there's the most people, but it's as a percentage of the population though. So
Shit, I was just saying, I ain't nothing one or the. I was just saying, you know, even when you watch movies, like you see a lot of people in California getting you know what I'm saying? A lot of prostitutes, all
They
kind
might
of.
say Alaska.
Alaska? Damn. Ooh, that's too cold for
Well,
Alaska?
just think, it's too cold. You're in the house.
Yeah, so yeah,
So
you ain't
I
got
know
nothing else to
years ago they said that the most domestic violence of the year happens on Super Bowl Sunday.
do.
I don't know if that's still the same, but I remember that from years ago.
Damn, not on Super Bowl
All
Sunday.
right, so while you guys are putting in your answers for that, I have a couple more. 67 to 80% of domestic violence homicides involve physical abuse of the female by the male before the murder. And that's true no matter which partner is killed.
Wait a minute.
So, physical abuse of the female. The male physically abuses the female. In 67 to 80% of the cases of homicide. Prior to that incident.
Damn. Yeah, man. Yeah, we gotta check our emotions, man, because you know it's a lot of deaths coming behind.
All right, I have one more, and then I'll give you the answer to the
Man, that's
state.
crazy.
If a victim, male or female, was strangled by their partner in the past, the risk of them being killed increases times 10.
Damn, that's crazy, right? Because you know I was watching an interview, and you know he killed this girl, strangulation, but in the interview, he said they asked him, "Have you ever did it before?" And he was like, "Yeah, kind of like a sit right down." You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't serious. So that's why I'm like, damn, that's crazy. Because he did it before, and he said it wasn't serious, but he did it before, and then he did it for the last time he did it. She was out of here.
Yeah.
So it was a warning, huh?
Yeah.
So if you ever get strangled by your man or your girl, get up out of there. You can drop that hotline number again at the bottom for these people so they can get up out of here and get some help. Because, yeah, if you ever been strangled, just know that it can escalate. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so the state is Oklahoma.
Oklahoma?
49% of women and 41% of men have or are currently experiencing domestic abuse.
Oklahoma?
Oklahoma.
What they got in Oklahoma?
So, side note, so that's a percentage of the population, right? So that puts all states on an even playing field, right? But Oklahoma also ranked third in the nation for the number of women killed by men, even though their population is one of the lower populations. They still ranked number 3.
Wow.
In numbers.
Damn. Yeah, Oklahoma, huh?
Yep.
Learn something new every day. Learn something new every day. Yes, indeed. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's what it should be. No physical contact. Just because even though you might have restraint, that other person may not. And when people are pushed to that emotional breaking point, you don't know what they're capable of.
Yeah, so, you know, sometimes people snap, but they don't even know what they're capable of. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? You can snap, like, just kind of get away from me, and push them down, and they hit the wall, hit the corner of something, and you know what I'm saying? And now, you're in a damn courtroom.
He said, y'all making me rethink a lot of things. I mean,
Yeah?
I mean, you just have to.
Yeah. And
not just for another person's sake, for your own.
Yeah, for your own, because like I said, we don't identify what it is, so how can we fix it? So that's why I wanted to speak on it, because someone last week was like, man, you should speak on it. And when I was doing my study on it,
Domestic Violence Awareness Month as well.
Oh yeah.
In October.
Oh, okay.
So.
Yeah, so when I did my due diligence about it, I was like, man, I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. And then even right now today, when I read it, I was like, that's crazy. But when I heard you say it out your mouth, when you read it, it had me, like you said, Big Midge, it had me thinking, like,
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, I was in the wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's learned behavior. It's kind of like that joke when they say, "Oh, it's some niggas around here that told their girl, if you ever leave me, I kill myself." You know what I'm saying? But it's true though. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes they won't kill themselves. They'll take you out before they kill themselves. They might do both of y'all. They might do both of them. So when people say that, you got to be open to that the stuff might happen. So yeah, run and go get some help. You know what I'm saying? Save your soul.
Okay.
And if somebody rattle your, bro, if somebody gets you in the heat of the moment like that, you shouldn't be around them people anyway, because they got more control of your emotions. You know what I'm saying? And emotions acting on your emotions real fast can get you in a messed up situation. It's hard to get out of.
All right. So he was talking about people of color, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here's some of those statistics. So over 40% of Black women experience physical violence from an intimate partner during their lifetime.
Leo Chico Molina.
Oh man.
Hold on, don't do that yet. Oh, he just said I'm about to call.
Who about to call?
Yeah, Chico.
Okay. Thank you for calling the Fammission Podcast. Today we talking about. What was you talking about?
We're talking about domestic violence.
Oh, we talking about domestic violence, and we bringing awareness. Have you ever been? So what's the question is? What's the first thing pop in your head when you hear domestic violence? Hello? I don't know if I can. Hello?
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I hear you now. You hear me?
What's the word, champ?
Oh man, we just having the Fammission Podcast, and you live on the air. And the question is,
I'm live on the Fammission Podcast.
Yes, indeed. So the question is, what's the first thing come to your mind when you hear domestic violence?
Man, a broken heart.
Mm.
A broken heart.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, a broken heart.
Yeah, man, I can't really speak on it too much, one, because I'm not like an expert. Two, thankfully I've never had that experience either way. But I've been around people who have had the experience, right? And but I think, again, without me going too deep in detail, because I don't want to get myself in trouble, but there is
sometimes like literal mental illness diagnosis out there, right? Like that is a real thing. Like from a licensed, physician. But then from a licensed spiritual physician, I think Jesus would just look at their heart and be like, man, like I just, not only do I see a serious diagnosis, but I also see a serious heart issue, right? And it's sad, man, because like it's sad for the person that does it, and it's sad for the person that receives the act. And the reason why I say that is because, like, the person that gets domestic or that gets violated, if you will, and that's something I can't even imagine. Quite honestly, even if I try to empathize or have empathy or empathy, like I'd be lying. But I do know the consequences of, when you just be doing things that you didn't mean to do, and then there's consequences for it, right? So that's what I think of, man. I just think of broken heart. I think of the consequences that the person's going to carry because they've been violated. And then I think of the consequences that the person is going to carry because they've done the deed. And it's like, at the end of the day, nobody wins. And it's a sad thing, bro. But like, and sometimes if, I think it's common for those that are listening, don't quote me on this 100% because, like I said, I don't have any data in front of me, but I would think that we hear more about women being, victims of domestic violence. And, sometimes, man, it's sad that it's hard for them to get out of these relationships, man. Like, it's really, really hard, bro. And you could just tell them to the blue in the face, like, man, you got to get out. You got to get some help. Like, I literally witnessed this, bro. Like, you can ask my kids. Like, we witnessed this probably a week ago. We were at Target, and we were at the self-checkout. And I see a guy, like, checking out, at the self-checkout. So I don't think nothing of it. I say, hey, man, how you doing? Good evening. Just a drive-by hello, if you will. Then we walk outside, bro, and it's like, within like 5 minutes, all of a sudden I see this man, like, crying like a baby and, like, hollering at his girl with a baby on her arms at the same time. I'm like, what just happened? Right? And then she comes around the corner and goes puts the kid and, the little girl in the back seat. And this is all in the evening, man, in the parking lot, like, live and direct. And then she goes in the front passenger seat and has a seat, takes a seat. And then the guy walks around the corner, and I can see his hand go across, and then in Spanish he yells back at him, like, stop hitting me. Right? So I just, at that moment, I'm standing there in my truck, and I just stare at him, right? I'm just trying to make at least eye contact with him, like, bro, like, you being watched, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And there was another guy there, watching the situation. Now, mind you, I didn't see him actually hit her. I heard her say it. Obviously, we would have done something if things escalated. But when we made eye contact and he seen the other guy staring at him, he went ahead and got in the driver's seat. But that's what I think of, man. I just, I just know. But honestly, man, I just got done mowing my lawn, bro. I just seen you on the live podcast. But because I've been wanting to hop on, and I never had the time. But at this moment, man, like, if there was anybody out there listening and you've been a victim of domestic violence, male or female, first of all, I just want to say I understand how hard it can be to leave the situation. And not because I've been in it, but because I've been around people who've been in that situation, and it's like, bro, like, it is so amazing how you could just be like, why are you going back, bro? Why? But So I just want to say I understand how hard it is. And I think it's very easy for people to be like, man, don't you get it? You know, you're supposed to leave that guy. You're supposed to leave that girl. You don't need that in your life. Like, you deserve better. You're better than this. You're more than enough. You hear all these things, and the person's like, I can't pack my bags and go, bro. So I think rather than me telling that person everything I just said, which is very common, I would just say, at least I understand how hard it can be to leave, bro. And for the person that does the deed, man, golly, bro. I know there's that anger is coming from some type of insecurity, some type of fear, some type of root issue that I pray that the Holy Spirit will reveal to them so they can heal quickly before the enemy destroys their life.
Yeah. Man, I appreciate you calling, man. You know what I'm saying? And I know it's a tough topic. You know, we was just talking about the things that we overlook that we don't understand. So, you know what I'm saying? If people just got in on the podcast, you know, you can check it out and touch on and see what's new that you can check out and hear a new point of view.
But let me ask you this, Monty. Can I ask you this? Why did you why did you? And again, I'm just hopping out, so I apologize. I'm a little later in the party.
Oh no, you good? You good?
But I think there's still food on the table, so you know what I mean. I'm staying around for a little bit. Why did you pick this topic, or what made you want to talk about this tonight?
One of the guests, she said you need to speak on this next week, and I wish she was on, and I was like, okay. So I did my research on it, and I learned some information about it myself. And I was like, man, that was crazy. That was crazy. So I felt like it was a good topic to touch on. And then what you say, it was Awareness Month?
It's National Domestic Violence Awareness Month.
Yeah, so it was a good topic to touch on. You know, and I definitely learned something myself because I'm like, you know, me and my wife ain't on no domestic, no woo-woo. But then when she was running them down, I said, oh, snap. I kind of fall under that category. So that was kind of a wake up to me. I was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how, you know what I'm saying, you can argue with your girl and you could say something like, it touched on, man, I'll leave or I'll do this and I'll do that. That's kind of like abandonment issues. You know, somebody might have abandonment issues and you throwing that in their face. You know what I'm saying? That, no, don't do that, please. And you know what I'm saying? That's bogus. You know, that kind of rattled my balls right there.
I'll say this, man. Like, I don't think my mom would mind me sharing this, but when she was pregnant with me, bro, like, my biological dad tried to run her over many different times. Like literally. Like, actually, like, kidnapped her, had her in one of, like, I don't know if it's actual kidnap, but, like, had her in, like, one of his relatives' house. Like, you can't leave the house. Like,
yeah.
My mom was a victim of domestic violence, and my mom is 66 years old, and I would say ever since I was 14, you know, she never would come to my games. She never would come to, like, parents-teachers conference. And I just always thought, like, oh, you know, my mom is just embarrassed because maybe she doesn't speak English, or, you know, she may just be embarrassed to be around folks. But once you go through a healing process yourself as an adult, as her son, I'm like, oh, my mom was not embarrassed. My mom was depressed.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and watching her fight through anxiety, you know, most noticeably the last 5 years, like, you know, and she finally just, like, about a month ago started going to therapy for the very first time in her life.
Man,
And you know, so it's like you talking about. I'm 36 today, praise God. So you take, you know, another 30 off of that, like, you know, minus 66. You're talking about 36 years plus, a little and some change, right, of just consequences from a domestic violent relationship. Like 36 plus, bro. You know, and it will, like, I'm just saying, like, it's a real thing, bro. Like, it affected my mom for all those years, and she's now getting the help necessary. So,
that's what's up.
Yeah, man. So it's real, bro. And it's happening all the time.
I know.
It's happening all the time, man. And you know, it's sad, bro. It's sad. And you know, I would say if there's anybody listening and you are someone that's doing the deed, and I guess, you know, since we're men, if I'm talking to a guy, I would just say, man, like, because I know somebody close, bro. Like, I'm talking about facts, like, not something I looked up. I'm talking about, like, facts, like, in my neighborhood, like, in my phone contacts. Like, I know a guy who was open with me about how he treats his wife. Right? And I've had the opportunity to walk through him for a little bit. We just been, you know, praying, talking, and one of the phone calls we had, this man, bro, this man cried like a little kid whose mom just dropped him off at daycare for the very first time in his life, bro. And what I'm saying is that in that conversation, you know, the Holy Spirit just came in and convicted him of love, not of his sin, of love. And then therefore he felt such a way about the thing that he was doing that he was utterly crying like a little boy, like a little kid, saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. So if there's anybody out there listening, man, you doing the deed, bro. Like, I'd say, like I told him, I said, listen, if you don't stop, if you don't get this figured out, if you don't go get the help, there's going to be very serious consequences. And I'm just telling you that, unfortunately, there's many people that you tell them, hey, man, you need to quit. Hey, man, you need to stop. You know, and, you know, 2-3 months go by and they doing 5 years in jail. You know, so I just said, man, you need to go get the help, bro. Like, the enemy is after your literal soul, your freedom, by something that was planted in you as a child or as a young adult, and now is bearing fruit at 22, 23 years old, and you are acting crazy with the person that you say you love.
Yeah.
So, you know, a little context. I mean, you know, Monty, you and I have been having conversations, bro. So this is the vibe of the conversations we have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, I would just say to that person, like, that's doing the deed, you got, bro, go get the help, please. Please go get the help. And to the person that has received the deed, please go get the help. And I'm sorry that you went through that. And to the person doing the deed, this might be your final warning before you do 5 years in there. And it's crazy because, you know, nowadays I see, like, you know, just an algorithm, which is weird. You know, I see some videos of, like, people in jail, you know, they got phones in there and, you know, they're doing TikTok lives and all kinds of crazy things. But that may be one side. That may be one side. But unless you've been in there, it ain't TikTok lives and having your phone and nah, bro. There's something else going on when them phones are off, and that's, you don't want to be there, bro.
No. Yeah, man. You hit on some topics, man. You touched on. Man, I appreciate it, man. I'm gonna open up these lines. We already did almost 2 hours, so I'm gonna open up these lines. I'm gonna take one more caller, because we usually do an hour of power. But you know what I'm saying? This is a good topic, man. So I'm gonna open up the lines for one or two more people. And but man, I appreciate you calling in and sharing your testimony, even about your mom, and it's crazy, man. And I know there's a lot of domestic violence going around, but because I'm not in it, sometimes I don't know the depths of it. I don't look at it, how serious it is. And since somebody bring it to me, and I'm like, wow, this is scary, because it can definitely end in a life and death situation. That ain't what we want.
100%. I appreciate you having me, man, taking my call.
All right, bro. I'm going to hit you up in a minute, though.
We'll stay in touch.
All right.
Yes, sir.
For sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's one thing that he said, though, that...
It was a lot that he said that I have a lot to say about, but go ahead.
Oh, yeah. It's one thing that he said that, it happened when she was young. His mom, it happened when she was young, and she's dealing with it now when she's older. Mm-hmm. And that's why I said the trauma that happened when we young, it affect us when we older. It still affect us if we don't get no help.
Yeah.
So, what you got?
Jazz said something really good, too, that I want to point out before I go on.
Jazz!
She said that seed grows until it leads to destruction. So that was one thing. But, a lot of what he said, you can tell, just like you can tell the woman to leave, and it's not that easy. Mm-hmm. It's also not that easy for a man to just stop abusing a woman. And I don't mean to say it like only men abuse women. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying for the abuser to stop abusing, because it's so much rooted in that trauma.
Yeah. Yeah. Love you too, niece. That's my little niece right there.
So I want to go back before, because I was just getting into the statistics for people of color, because Big Mike brought that up. Right? Okay. So this one is pretty eye-opening. 92% of black female homicide victims, just like not domestic related, just homicide victims, were killed by someone they knew. 92% of black female homicide victims were killed by someone they knew, and more than half of those cases involved a current or former partner.
I heard something about, we think we love someone, but it's really that we told someone our deepest secrets, and we had love for them at that time, that we shared it with them, and we hope they don't share it with no one else. So just think about it, right? If somebody knew your deepest secrets, right, and then y'all broke up, and you like, this fool finna run his mouth.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's true. That could be a source of it.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, because friendships work that same way.
Yeah. Yeah. So you have a friend that ain't your friend no more, and he gets to run his mouth, and then somebody had to do something to you. And that's bad. What she say? That's true, Christy. Yeah, it is. So, hey, Jazz, what's the first thing pop in your head when you hear domestic violence?
All right. So here's another one. More than 40% of black men have experienced physical violence, sexual violence, or stalking by an intimate partner during their lifetime. 40%.
40%? Yeah, I've been stalked.
She said victim of circumstance.
Victim of circumstance. Mm.
So, okay, along with those statistics, something else I found super interesting was why they think that is, right? So, what are the contributing factors that make people of color more likely to be victims of domestic violence, right?
Mm.
So, there's a couple of different ones, but the one that two that kind of stuck out to me is first, mistrust of the justice system. So, you know that he or she is not going to report it because y'all don't mess with the police.
Right. Right.
So it's okay. That's the justification, right? And I'm like, wow.
And then, cause dudes, a lot of dudes, man, she ever call the police on me, boy? I'ma kill your ass, boy. You better not call the police. So that right there is out the door. Like, I'm not finna call the police. You know?
Yeah.
Or you probably even heard him saying, or she saying, or you know what I'm saying? Or somebody in the neighborhood saying, oh man, we don't rock with the police, man. You rock with the police, boy. You know what I'm saying? Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
So the second one was cultural stigma, right? So it's the cultural pressure to address issues in-house and can make seeking outside assistance or disclosing abuse more difficult, right? So what that looks like, right? And everybody's heard this. What happens in this house stays in this house.
Yeah. You know, that's kind of, that's not right.
So, I remember Earl's ex-wife, Alicia, was talking about that, right? Like, you say those things, and you say that, no one has victimized your child, but the whole time, your boyfriend, or your brother, or your uncle, or somebody else has been victimizing your child the whole time.
In the house.
And you knew about it. But y'all handle it yourselves. Or we just gonna keep such and such from being around. Or whatever the case is.
My mom.
And never got no help. Okay.
Jazz said that's a good one. What happens in this house stays in this house is detrimental to the black community.
Thank you for calling the Fammission Podcast. You live on the air. And the question is, what's the first thing come to your mind when you hear domestic violence? Hello, you there?
Money?
Yeah.
You don't lie down your number.
Yeah, well, we still live on the air. You want me to call you back?
I just called to let you know we made it in Chicago. I'm gonna run in and give me something to eat.
All right, I'm gonna call you in a minute. I love you.
Okay, I'll talk to you. Okay, love you too. Ta-ta.
Ta-ta. My mom in Chicago. What's going on? What you doing there? The hell? All right, y'all. So
Okay, so
go ahead. We got a couple more minutes.
This is my last statistic.
All right.
So right now we've been on the podcast for an hour and 54 minutes. We'll call it.
We finna go 2 hours. You know what I'm saying?
So in this hour and 54 minutes, there have been 2,736 incidences of domestic violence.
Good Lord.
So that boils down to 24 a minute.
That's crazy. And another thing that I was thinking about is when he was like, these girls, and we like, man, get out that situation. You deserve better. You say these things. But sometimes you'll cut your whole family out to be with this guy before you find out that he was abusive. So now you trying to run back. You can't run back to your family. You don't want to go back to your family because it's like, I told y'all I don't need y'all. And now I'm coming back.
Well,
and you really do need them.
That also goes hand in hand, though, with what we were talking about earlier, where you were isolating them from their family.
Yeah.
So now I have told my family I don't need them because you told me I didn't.
Right.
because you told me that they were my downfall, because you told me
They was
that
holding you back.
they were bad for me, and now you're doing me this way, and I can't run to them
because I ran them off.
I ran them off.
Yeah, that's all the sign of controlling. So that's what it's basically hit around, man. You know, we have some control freaks out here. And when they lose control, like Audrey said, when they lose control, that's when they want to put hands and feet on you. You know what I'm saying? Scare you back into it.
When they lose control, that's when the murders happen.
Yeah, pretty much. I ain't want to say that, but you know exactly.
So when they lose the little bit of control they have over you, and you are ready to go and ready to leave, or you have help, or whatever the situation is, that's when the murders happen.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. So, you know what I'm saying? We got 5 more minutes. If y'all want to hit the line, you know what I'm saying? We're going to throw the number back up there, open up the line one more time for the little 5 minutes, you know what I'm saying, that we on. And I'm going to have to go get my daughter in a minute. Yep, I'm going to have to go get my daughter in a minute. But, you know, I'm kicking with the family. So, man, I love y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? And if y'all need some help, please, I advise y'all to go out there and get some help. You have to find somebody to talk to. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You can hit that hotline, too. And what more am I saying?
She says, so true, been there.
Yeah.
So, and then that was another thing he was talking about, you know, Chico, he said, you know.
Unknown caller.
Oh.
Okay, we got a call, y'all.
Go ahead.
Thank you for calling the Fammission Podcast. You're live on the air, and the question is, what's the first thing that come to your mind when you hear domestic violence?
Thank you for calling the Fammission Podcast. Remember seeing my mom get beat, man. Like, that's the one thing I always said I would never do is put my hands on a woman, because I watched my mom get beat in different relationships.
So when you hear domestic violence, you think about your mom?
That's the first thing that comes to my mind every trip. Is seeing my mom in different relationships with different guys and what they put her through.
Man, I'm sorry to hear that, man. You know, and you say that's the reason that you would never do nothing like that, huh?
That's what put the fear in me of never putting my hand on a woman. Now, in circumstances that I have grabbed a woman, I'm not a saint by far, and I have grabbed a woman, but I've never closed my hand or slapped a woman.
Yeah.
And I've been watching for a while because, you know what I'm saying, I know somebody that put me on the podcast, and we were laughing about it, you know what I'm saying, because we've both been stalked, and we both stalked people. Not to the point you're sitting out the house, but, you know what I'm saying, you got a boyfriend or girlfriend you don't really trust, you ride by the house, stuff like that. That's a form of stalking in itself.
Yes,
So,
it is.
You got to grow out of it, you know what I'm saying? You got to learn trust. You want trust, you got to give trust.
Yeah, but you know, we go through a lot of broken hearts, and that's where it all come from. And yeah, but you hit it right on the head, man. You gotta give trust to be trusted, you know. So yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy, man. I appreciate you calling.
I just want to call in and show some love. Yeah, I just want to show some love to you, That's all.
Man, it's all good, man. I appreciate you calling in, man. Yes, indeed.
All right, be safe up there.
All right, for sure.
So something he said is absolutely true, right? So trust.
Yeah.
So trust, lack of trust, I guess, is a cause for I don't want to say discord, but disagreements in a relationship is lack of trust, right? So a lot of abuse starts from that lack of trust. And not just physical abuse, but like he said, riding by the house, checking the phones, having the locations, all of that stuff. That's lack of trust.
Yeah.
And lack of trust stems from your own insecurities. The same place abuse stems from.
Yeah. So yeah, if you got the lack of trust in the beginning, just know it's gonna be some abusive behavior and somebody gonna get hurt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if we can't trust each other in the beginning of the relationship, y'all should understand that, you know, you learn and understand, but you should understand by now that it's not gonna end well. So yeah, we did 2 hours on the podcast, man. I appreciate y'all timing in, you know what I'm saying, dropping y'all comments. Make sure y'all share this video. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. Make sure somebody that need to hear this video, watch this video. I'm going to be breaking down some shorts so y'all can share them around Facebook and Facebook, YouTube, and Snapchat and everything else. But this your boy Monty G from the Fammission Podcast, and I appreciate y'all. Love y'all, and I'm out. Peace. I got the whole